Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, 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 Kyle Halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles, a great millstone. Honors and salutation to you, Akim, laboring in his truth and sincerity without wavering. And this show, we're going to call it Ease at It Again. All right, Ease at It Again, which I'm pretty sure you brothers been hearing. And I mean, scriptures say, 2 Corinthians 2:11, for we are not ignorant of Satan's devices. So he's pretty much dropping more of the, those methods, and that demonic ideology to basically destroy people. And really, they're attacking, it's all an attack against the Lord's chosen people. And the primary target is the elect, all right? Because they know that the next kingdom to come is for us. It's promised to us at the end of the day. So that's why they're doing these certain things. You got the dust head, keep shooting rockets and for all we know, the angels is out there, shooting lasers at these rockets. Why all of a sudden all these goddamn rockets and everything, they got to keep shooting them up in the air. That's why they wanted to take control so they could expand their challenge against the Most High to try to these devils are really fools, man. And they're puffed up, but they're fools at the end of the day. But nonetheless, we'll play this clip, which is going to be fair use. All right. Change the speed up and everything. See what happens, But this is just to show you that Esau, and the thing is, we've seen it, but this is how we know that we're in that time, All right, so let me press play.
The tragic development in the measles outbreak we've been telling you about. New Mexico is now reporting its first suspected measles-related death. It comes just a week after officials said a child died from the highly contagious virus in neighboring Texas. NBC News correspondent Emily Aketa joins us with the details on this one. Hey, Emily, good morning.
Hey there, good morning. So New Mexico Health Department officials are urging residents to get vaccinated this morning, calling it the best protection against this serious disease that we're now learning they've claimed to second life.
All right, so y'all already know, y'all know what time it is, man. And we've been speaking, so, hey, these first two months into this devil's pregnancy has been nothing short but excitement, so to speak, or nothing short but a lot of actions taking place, right? We didn't even get to spring yet. Spring hasn't even, we got the Lord's Passover is coming, next week? And which will officially be the first day of spring, and a lot of the prophecies are springing forth. A lot of things are coming to pass. You see, so you know what time it is when you start hearing about these different things. Okay, all right. So now I'm gonna play on the video. Just but y'all know what time it is. You know what's getting ready to happen.
As measles cases climb nationwide, health officials are reporting a second death possibly tied to the virus, this time in New Mexico. An unvaccinated adult tested positive for measles after they died, according to the New Mexico Department of Health, although the official cause of death is still under...
And see, and it's an agenda, right? And notice they use certain key buzzwords, unvaccinated, right? They push and showing, and that's how they started pushing or fear mongering to force people to take the jab, a few years ago, which, that was an experiment, and they were putting a lot of people were getting, deleted from behind that, you see? So now, even though they don't really, they said, we don't really know, but it's happened to this one, and, you're going to see, and again, this is all fair use. That's why I changed the speed of it or whatever the case is. And to be honest with you, Esau could do whatever the hell they want. They could sit there, take our channels and everything down, because at the end of the day, the word of the Lord does not go out void. All right, the Most High, here it is Esau, he's thinking he's doing something, but he's really fulfilling the prophecies. All right, he's playing right into the hands of the Most High, but they think they slick, and seeing a lot of people, and people in this world, that's why you can't be attached on that level to people, nobody, period, outside of the truth, to be honest with you, because these people that are outside of the truth, they're made to be destroyed. They're made to be taken in this life. Even your so-called loved ones, people you be with every day, it could be your children, it could be your woman, your moms, your dad, niggas at your job, or whatever the case is. It could be, at the end of the day, they're made to be taken. That's why they get caught into these traps, man. Okay? The Lord is not with them. All right? But anyway, I'm going to play on.
Investigation. At least 10 cases have been reported in New Mexico so far, which borders the epicenter of the measles outbreak in West Texas.
Measles is highly contagious. It's probably the most contagious virus that we know of.
Measles cases.
Didn't they say that about the other thing? You know what I'm talking about with the other thing. They always say that. Because why? It's an agenda. All right? It's an agenda. At the end of the day, these devils got an agenda.
There have soared to at least 159 since the end of January, with 22 patients hospitalized. Last week, an unvaccinated school-aged child in Texas became the first measles death in the U.S. in a decade. There are now nearly 190 measles cases identified in a dozen states. In New York City, the health department investigating 2 unrelated cases.
It is concerning. This is communicable.
And earlier this week, a Miami high school student tested positive for measles, according to district officials.
We're taking every step possible.
The CDC says 2 doses of the MMR vaccine are 97% effective, as local leaders urge Americans to get their vaccines.
Measles is preventable, and people die from it.
And of course, they, Esau gonna always have his pit bull sitting there pushing his death and destruction. Because who they targeting. That's when they need a black face. They got that pit bull there and these other, simple Sambo ass niggas. All right, you're gonna have more of them speaking about it. But anyway, enough with that. Let's go let's hit some scriptures real quick. And again, like I said, this is what the scriptures is speaking about, man. Matter of fact, let me go get Psalms first. I believe it's the book of Psalm. Deadly enemies, or is that 64? Right? Was it 17th chapter? Bear with me. All right, this is why these Psalms are here, man. And then the scripture, which Lord willing, we'll get to it too. What is it? Psalms 23. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. The valley of the shadow of death is speaking about America, man. Because here it is, every day you're opposed with different things. Here it is, they attack you health-wise with the chemtrails, with the GMOs, poisoning the water system, all right, mentally with the philosophies and everything of this society. Physically, they do things, radio, all kind of, you're constantly under attack by something, is always something that you got to worry about in this society, all right? And that's because why? The devil's in power. Plain and simple, man, okay? They say she'll do wickedly, right? Matter of fact, I know I'm bouncing around, but, sometimes as the scripture, when, all the time, should I say, when this Lord put it upon you to bring out scriptures, you should. Right? There we go. Daniel's. All right, I'm just going to read this real quick. It says, Daniel's chapter 12 and 10. It says, many shall be purified and made white. Right? That's speaking about the people the brothers, the Israelites of the elect. Made white, meaning pure, and tried. And tried, because why? We're going to be here. That's why the Lord said he's going to bring the third part through the fire, the 1/3. All of the elect is going to go through. That's why we're here. We're not. The Most High don't got us like in a prison, sheltered away from this. No, we're right in the midst of it. That's why John 17 and 9 is a very important chapter. And that's shows you the Lord the love he has for his elect. He said, I pray for them. I pray not for the world. And that world actually is speaking about the rest of the other Israelites. He prayed for what? The elect. So not that you should take them out of the world, but that you should be with them while they're in this world. And really, that's the only reason why we're still alive and we survive through these things. And Esau knows it because there's no other explanation. All right? They done shit, according to all the shit that these devils did. And when you really, and all the records are coming out. Okay? And that's the Lord that's doing all the exposing. All right? Especially with Esau. And also, too, with you wicked Israelites that are out there as well. All right? You rebellious, stubborn, and we've been speaking about that for years. All right? But it's the Lord, and they know because they done planned all this genocide and things that they did to us. I mean, we're jacked up, you know, in this society, you know, brothers in the truth got all kind of elements, but that's how it's supposed to be, man. All right. Did not the Apostle Paul? He said he had a thorn in his flesh, and that could, you know, could have, and that was 2,000 years ago. Imagine now if those men were brought in a time warp or time, what do you call that? They were able to time travel from them actual men, which actually they are here, of course, but the state that they was in back then into this world. Anybody from the ancient world, 2,000 years that come now, they probably drop dead just from the smell of the fucking air, the fog. All right. You know, they just drop dead because things are that much worse. So we're here, we're in the middle of it. Yes, we are, you know, but Esau being the devil is not good enough. He doesn't have enough that he you know, and they got numbers of, you know, the Georgia, what is it, Georgia guidelines, Rex 84, all these different things, Millennium 2000 of how many they wanted to populate the earth. Well, look, this is what these motherfuckers do. So it said, many shall be purified and made white and tried, speaking about the elect. But the wicked, who is the wicked? The wicked, Job 9 and 24. But the wicked shall do wickedly. See? And none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. Because at the end of the day, the Lord got these devils, you know, like this, you know, crackhead, man, he keeps launching all this space shit into outer space. And hey, and I won't be surprised if information come out that the chariots are smacking the shit out of them bullshit rockets he keeps sending up there and all that. But anyway, they don't realize, like, even with the nuclear missiles, the Lord, they got all pumped up, you know, and that's why, you know, according to what was written, according to the movies, documentaries, you know, Oppenheimer, he was like, he had a grim response after they came up with the, how you say, the atom bomb and all that they bombed over there, Hiroshima and Nagasaki in those areas. He said, I become the father of death or something like that. I forgot the exact quote, you know, but the destroyer of worlds, I think. Because why? They know that the those weapons that they created, which goes into the prophecy in Isaiah, what is it, 54 and 17, if I'm not mistaken, where the Lord said, I created the waster to destroy. They know that those new weapons are now, they're more advanced, right? The nuclear missiles and nuclear weapons they have, they know that they have the capability of destroying this whole earth, all right? So, and they have them and they use them so that they could, you know, rain terror through the earth and gain control, which they have done. See, that stuff happened. But now the thing is, they're fools and they don't understand is because overall, the Lord made them create their own destruction, right? The Most High made these devils create their own destruction, a thing that's going to destroy their society, all right? So now, that's why I said the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand, because we understand what's happening. We know that the Most High, like we get ready to go into in Psalm 17, the Most High set these devils up, all right? Now, you see the subheading, pardon me, right? Psalms 17, the subheading is prayer for protection against oppressors. All right? Prayer for protection against oppressors. It's not the so-called white man, starting with the Rothschilds, Rockefeller, the people who's really pulling the strings that control these puppets like Trump and these other world leaders, you know, EGOT, the Dutch head, right? All right. So now, again, the subheading, which again, that's what it is. Excuse me. Prayer for protection against oppressors, and that's one thing you got to stay prayed up, man, because all this stuff that's happening, you know, we truly in the valley of the shadow of death. That's part of the curses that basically be praying throughout the day. Lord willing, I make it through the morning. Lord willing, I make it through the afternoon. Lord willing, I make it through the night, because you got death. Nothing but death is around us. You know, Esau, like, even though, you know, these niggas are pulling the trigger on each other, but it's all engineered though. Don't forget that part about it. All right, it's been a conspiracy, man. That's in the Bible. The Bible tell you how these nations are been conspiring against us. Now Jake is just starting to understand. We've been telling Jake for decades, but even though we tell Jake, watch Jake still go get jabbed up. Jake, because why? Jake has no faith, man. All right, but anyway, it says a prayer of protection against oppressors. Psalm 17:1. A prayer of David. Hear the right, O Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Attend to my cry. Give ear unto my prayer that goeth not out of feigned lips. Right? Because King David was sincere and he came before the Most High in all sincerity and truth. All right? So a lot of you guys out there that think the Lord is going to be with you, the Most High ain't with you. Because why? One, you refuse to call him by his holy name, Yahweh. All right? And his son's holy name, Yahweh Shai. So you're supposed to pray Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. All right? But when you do it, you're not supposed to have evil in your heart. Because you got some guys that do use those names, but they wicked as hell, man. All right? They say the Most High's name, but then they throw up his word behind them, and they start coming with their own thing. And, like the scriptures say, they fear of me is taught through the precept of men, not by the word of the Most High. All right? But verse 2 says, let my sentence come forth from thy presence. Let thine eyes behold the things that are equal. Thou hast proved my heart. Thou hast visited me in the night. Thou hast tried me, and shall find nothing. King David is a prophet, a king. He's also known as a man after the heart of the Most High. All right, so in the eyes of the Most High, that's what count. Okay, and that's why even though King David went off, because why? Was it silent man that his best state is altogether vain, all have fallen short of the glory, right? Because the Most High set that up. Everything, when you have the understanding, you understand why. But King David's name lives long because King David, he sincerely repented to the Most High, and he's a man after the Most High's heart. He's a different, so you got certain spirit. That's another thing too. You got to understand. You got people that are, and that's why King David said, blessed is the man who the Lord imputeth not iniquity. Because every man sin, but every man ain't the elect. All right. And then there are different sins, right? And then there's a thing of when a nigga that just ain't right. Okay. And the scriptures tell you about a dude who's constantly going off that won't be reproved, corrected, right? Who hardeneth his neck, he shall soon be destroyed. So there's a difference. A lot of people, especially over wicked ass niggas that did nothing but brought evil ways, abominations. And y'all know who one of the guys, the main guys who I'm talking about right now, right? Which we used to call him the sick Kari, all right? Peggy Sue, Peggy Bundy, all right? Pegasus. And we talking about that guy. He's definitely not in no comparison to King David, okay? And then a lot of you other guys, you got Johanna, maybe he thinks he's king, or he might think he's over King David. And my question to all you other Israelites out there, who is King David? All right, according to the Bible. Because the script does not the scripture say they shall seek David their king? Oh, well, see, brother, let's talk about someone that's Davidish. Right? Come on, man. Hey, at the end of the day, the Most High is trimming the fat, man. The Most High is, getting rid of all the leaven from the whole nation, which is the 2/3. And of course, I pray that I'm not of that number. That's why we humbly come before the Lord and do what the Lord says. We ain't into this world or nothing like that. This world is wicked, man. Look what they're doing. And seeing and that's going to be a snare to our people that are in this society or trying to advance themselves. Here it is Israelites that are really locked in with the government. That's going to be a snare because they're going to make you do some shit that you might not want to do. Some of you going to want to take because y'all took the jab before. So, and therefore, eventually, you're going to take the seat, you see? But anyway, verse 4, concerning the works of men, by the word of thy lips, I have kept me from the paths of the destroyer. Hold up my goings in thy paths, that my footsteps slip not. And that's why you gotta pray. Excuse me, you gotta pray hard body, man. And you gotta apply these scriptures, daily. And even more so when you're, going through certain things, man. You gotta learn how to walk in the spirit, to be spiritual. right? You got to learn how to be faithful, all right? You got to learn how to make sure that you always honoring Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, not letting no pride or nothing get up in you. You got to learn how to rebuke whatever demons, whatever wicked spirits or thoughts come to your mind. You see? I have called upon thee, for thou wilt hear me. O Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, incline thine ear unto me and hear my speech. Show thy marvelous loving kindness, O thou that savest by thy right hand. The Most High savest, man. By the right hand, meaning his son, Yahweh Shai. He's on the right hand of the Father. By thy right hand, them which put their trust in thee, from those that rise up against them. Who's rising up against us? These devils, man. And look, as we sit there and tell y'all about the impending doom and everything that's about to happen, that's about to go down, in no way, because people get simple. This happened. Y'all gonna get. They're gonna kill y'all too. One, first and foremost, through the Spirit of the Lord, we're ready to die if that's our fate. But also, it is written, "Is men that shall not see death." And then, furthermore, we know that we're in a time where the Lord is going to raise up his servants, man. And the Lord is going to give his servants power. His servants, the prophets, spiritual power. Okay, and the Lord said that he's going to defend Jerusalem. So we're going on faith, you know, and if you can't see it, then that's on you. That's your problem. All right, we're comfortable with the situation that's going down, knowing that we could be in situations where we're without power, without water, without food, without whatever, getting pulled out, getting put before a damn firing squad or a guillotine. We know that those are realities in this society. And Barakatah Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah, we're not, how would you say? We're not afraid of that. We fear the Most High. We don't fear man. All right. And we understand who's in control. All right. That's the point. But it says, show thy marvelous love, verse 7, marvelous loving kindness, O thou that savest by the right hand, them which put their trust in thee from those that rise up against them. Keep me as the apple of the eye. Hide me under the shadow of thy wings. All right. So we know that the Lord can send the angels to shield, and the Lord is going to shield us from everything. That's why he said, my servant shall eat. Job 5:19, right? Let me just get it real quick. Job 5. Matter of fact, I'm going to start at 12. Matter of fact, I'll start even before then. I'll start at 9. Which doeth great things and unsearchable, marvelous things without number. Speaking about the Most High, from the creation, from everything the Most High does. Marvelous things without number. Who giveth rain upon the earth. Esau still can't, they got heart programs, all that, but all these things that Esau created, the carnal tools, and they still haven't even mastered it. Look at this demon. He keep, trying to send rockets and stuff up in space, right? Risking all kind of, what do you call it? Casualties. People could die from his bullshit science experiments, right? Because this dust head wants to sit there and try to, go and space travel and tell you fucking idiots he's gonna make a way to where he can make a way to give you a vacation on the moon, on Mars. All right, and they push it with these fucking stupid ass TV shows and movies. It's just a movie. It's not real. The Most High didn't give Esau that, man. All right, and Esau, and he's a bitch overall. They're so fucking envious and jealous. They hate us so much. This hate is from a long time ago. It's from behind the scene. All right, but they're not on the level of the Most High. So it said, who the Most High is the one. Verse 10: Who giveth rain upon the earth and sendeth the waters upon the field. Every morning it does not do on grass and everything. The grass always comes back every year to set up on high those that be low. See? And we know that we're going to be set up on high with the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. When Yahweh Shai come, Lord willing, if we endure, we're going to be set on high, man. When you read, what's that, Revelations 22, New Jerusalem coming from matter of fact, let me get it. Quoting it, Revelation, I think is it 22? No, Salaki 21. All right, Revelation chapter 21. It's excuse me. It said, and I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away. Now you know what that heaven is talking about. It's not talking about the skies being passed away. It's not talking about the actual earth. The scriptures tell you that the earth abideth forever, right? The Most High set up the earth, the stars, the sun and the moon, pardon me, forever. So when it says a new heaven and a new earth, it's talking about what? A new rulership, all right? A new regime on the face of the earth, which is speaking about the Israelites after the destruction happens here in Babylon. Because remember, during the destruction, when the Lord's going to come back and be fighting and destroying, slaying people. And at the same time, he's going to deliver the prophets, the elect. They're going to be in the chariots watching while all this stuff goes down. They're going to be looking from the chariots, looking at the earth as a lake of fire. It's going to look like a big lake of fire, right? So then after the aftermath, after the Lord slays and put down these other nations and this wicked devil, right? Then we're going to come back out of the chariots, okay? But now we're going to come back in those new bodies that the Lord said he has for us. So again, verse 1, and I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, meaning the first rulership, the people that was ruling on this earth, which is the so-called white man, all right? The meaning the rulership that's in power, which is nothing but the ancient Roman Empire back again, okay? But it said they were passed away and there were no more sea, all right, no more people, okay? And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from the Most High out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. So that's going to be the prophets, the elect, the men that's going to be beamed up. All right, they're going to come back down. And we're going to, the glow and the shine. Again, we have new bodies. You could say we're going to look like a city, but it's talking about the people, the actual men, you know, the whole nation of Israel that's, or not, you know, the elect, the whole elect of Israel that's delivered. Let me say it that way. All right, prepared as a bride adorned for a husband. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men. All right, the Israelite men. And he will dwell with them. And that's not these imposters, man. And he will dwell with them and they shall be his people. Right? See, Hosea, what's that, 1:11? And the Most High himself shall be with them and be their power. And the Most High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes. See? That's what we got. That's what we waiting for, man. That's what we got coming for us. So that's why we're not worried about Esau's doing his best. He's sitting there putting out these plagues. He's sitting up there putting all this confusion out. But the elect is not going to be confused. The elect is not going to take the sea hip. All right. And we say that with a hopeful elect because, you know, we don't know until it's all over. You know what I'm saying? You could say one thing, you know, a lot of these people sit there and, you know, and we seen people do it. There's one dude's coming to my mind, Haragaja, right at the back, you know, going back to the main school. I forget the year, if it was 95. But the school we had in Connecticut, in King Masha and High Priest Aryak, they came in and blessed it. The two heads, all right? They came and blessed it. The Spirit was working with Apostle Tahar to get them to come down and bless the school. Because, you know, nobody was really messing with Connecticut like that. Especially when they seen that we wasn't, you know, we were some broke motherfuckers. We wasn't no, you know, because people think, hey, Connecticut, they like, oh shit. They think, you know, oh man, Greenwich and, you know, yeah, because was the richest state, right? The wealthiest, whatever they say, but they don't realize that was based off of really, it's a town called Darien. And I guess I don't know how to say it right, per capita. Like in Darien, you ain't gonna really find no broke people. Broke people is probably people who, you know, only got 20 million in their account or some shit like that. You know, but inside Connecticut, you got some of the, which people are finding out now, you got some of the low life, grimiest, disenfranchised areas. You know, just like the ghettos all around. You got the town of Bridgeport. Shit, I would know that more than anything because shit, I was born in that fucking hellhole. Stanford, Norwalk, New Haven, Hartford, Waterbury. You got all these other, and there's other towns, you know. So, you know, a lot of people wasn't too interested in coming to Connecticut when they seen, you know, they thinking to see like, you know, it's a nice area. But the apostles, they didn't give a fuck about that shit. They, you know, through the Spirit, they made themselves at home in this part of hell, you know. So they got King Mashah, High Priest Ariah to come and bless the school when we open it, which the Lord honored it, because man, great works was done in that school, and we were always protected, no matter what, because Esau came up against us. The whole neighborhoods would come up against us. We got into all kind of shit, but the Lord protected us to where, hey, we're still here now. But at that opening, and part of me again, and shalom to the brother, all you brothers on the comment board. But going back to that moment, I think it was 95 or 96. I forget which year. I think 95. But going back to that moment, it was this dude, Haragad. Y'all seen him. He was with the Discomforter. He came across some brothers in Dallas, right? Tried to invite them to his loft or whatever the fuck he had going on. But anyway, big ass dude, Haragaja, right? He had a turkey. And I don't know where the fuck. I don't know if he bought his own turkey leg. He had the biggest turkey. We had a feast and everything prepared for the elders. Pastor told us, we was getting everything ready, right? All the brothers that was there at the, the brothers you see now, the Bishop of Connecticut, we was getting everything ready. So it was like a big feast and everything. Man, that was one of the most peaceable nights I could remember on this earth, bro. The spirit of and that's how I know King Mashah was King David, just by watching him. High Priest Ariah is a high man of the Lord, all right? He's definitely, all right, he's John the Revelator, all right, in my eyes. But anyway, and I don't give a shit. You could run with that or whatever the case is, okay? But these men were there, and Aragaja, he had a big-ass turkey leg, man. So I'll never forsake thee, king. Because like the apostle said, everybody was went back before the splits, and King Mashah didn't tell people to do this, but they made people swear in that King Mashah is their king, right? So back at that time, so anybody tell you different, he was just they being wicked, or they was being false back then. And I believe Apostle Rakal, Apostle Gabar said it was Tyler Black here was the main guy going into class pulling people, So anyway, this guy said, I'll never forsake thee, king. Like he made like it was, everybody looked at him like, all right, bro. He had a big ass, an ancient world turkey. I don't know where that piece came from. I'll never forsake thee, king. And what did he do? He was one of the first dudes when they came up against King Mashah, had a coup against him, because people talk about he left one west, but they don't talk about the coup that they had against him, man. And that was a real thing. The people that was there, they knew that was where the level of wickedness got to, where they wanted to just murder King Mashah. So the spirit, everything, man's goings of the Lord. The Lord had that happen. Anyway, Salakia. Let me get back on track. All right. Verse 3 said, and I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people. And the Most High himself shall be with them, and be their power. And the Most High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, man. See, this is what we're looking for. There should be no more death. Because right now we're in the valley of the shadow of death. These devils, see these plagues and viruses, all right? If you know anything, if you know, right? As the saying goes. They're engineered, man. All right? You see them talk about the CDC, and everybody knows about the money, the big pharma. It's all out the bag. All right? And we've been knowing these things before YouTube, because the Lord gave us an understanding of the inner workings of the wicked, the knowledge of the Illuminati, and how they set things up and everything, and how they were responsible for all these chemtrails and all this, these wars they set up, the theater of war, the Tuskegee experiment, all of that, how they were experimenting on Jake with these genocidal programs. We knew about these things back then, all right? And the whole question was, why the hell you got a center of disease control? Why you want to control diseases? Shouldn't you want to get rid of them? But no, this devil, remember when they came over here and took this land from the Native American Indians, which is the tribe of Gad, as well as Reuben, and the other tribes going into Central and South America, those are Israelites, man. So when they came here, they used what? Disease warfare, germ warfare, okay? These devils still got, they go and research old bones of people that died from the bubonic plague, from this, from that, and they try to revive it and preserve it, and they keep it, and they add and try to figure out so they could use it to wipe out people, and that's what they did. Smallpox and all that stuff. Not something that just came all of a sudden. No, these devils they brought that, man. All right, that's why they're like a curse upon the earth. These devils, man. You see, but now you got our people going to the same devil that's engineering these death, looking for answers and solutions, and it's not gonna happen like that, man. All right, we gotta wait, be patient. The Lord said, they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength, right? So it said, and the Most High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, all right? Neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. What's that? This wicked ass world, this rulership of the white man, man. You see? And he that sat upon the throne said, behold, I make all things new. Yeah, refresh. The whole earth is gonna be rejuvenated, man. Okay, as the Garden of Eden. And he said unto me, write, for these words are true and faithful. So that's what we that's what we're waiting for. That's what we believe in. So now when it says back in Job 5:11, to set up on high those that be low, now you know what that's talking about, man. That raises up out of the dumps. Because right now we ain't all in the dumps, man. All right, but that's how it's supposed to be. All right, because why? This is not our world. This is not our rest. This is not our kingdom. To set up on high those that be low, that those which mourn may be exalted to safety. See? Those that mourn. Who's really mourning, man, throughout the earth? You got Jake mourning, and they're going to be mourning even more because this devil's going to put it on. That's why they sitting there, and the layout is the same, and niggas is still going to sit there and start seeing more people wearing masks. Oh, this thing is so contagious. I already done seen people, especially old people, and they haven't learned nothing from what just happened. And even though they're breaking down how that whole thing pretty much was a scam, yeah, they were wrong. Yeah, a lot of people gonna get cancer from taking this, that, and the third. People are still gonna fall right into that same mentality because why? The Lord is not dealing with them. And again, like I said earlier, a lot of these people were born to be stupid and die. All right, to be lost and die. All right, they're not born to wake up. So even when you present them with the truth, that's not what they were created for. All right, it said he disappointeth the devices of the crafty, right, which goes into the imaginations, the plans, the New World Order. The crafty is speaking about the so-called white man. So who's going to disappoint it? The Most High, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, because they're going to be thinking that which now they feeling themselves, some of them, right? But really they scared because they see the signs and they know that they running out of time, but they laying it all out. So the Most High is going to disappoint their New World Order. All right, they're going to sit there and see whoever is meant to see that's not of the elect of Israel. And I'm only speaking about the Israelites because the other nations really don't even matter. The actual other nations, not the Israelites scattered amongst the other nations, the actual other nations. They tell you that, what was that, Isaiah the 40th chapter? All right, in the Apocrypha it tells you that they're nothing but spittle. So the Israelites that take that hip, they're going to be put to death. All right, but the Lord is going to come back and disappoint the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise, meaning their thoughts, their plans, their agendas. So they're not going to, they might only get so far at the beginning stage where maybe they might think that they claim victory when they think they're going to claim victory. Because remember, it's going to be all type of things happening. It's going to be World War III. All right. And we see that shaping out lovely according to the prophecy. It's going to be World War III. It's going to be famines. Right. It's going to be famines, as the scriptures say. Earthquakes. It was a big earthquake the other day in, where was it at? Was it in China or North Korea or something? I forget exactly where it was. How North Korea, they bombed one of the villages by accident. So if you think that we're going to be here for another 20, 30 years, then you should have your head examined. Why would you want, first of all, with the state of things overall, why would you want to be here? All right. See, our only goal is to be here to do the work of the Lord, watch the Lord, pray the Lord come back, and we'll be able to rejoice when he come back and be delivered. All right. Watch the Lord destroy this place, man. That's what we really seek, man. We ain't seeking no better days. Here it is. That's like slaves that been on the plantation all their life. Oh man, I hope Massa could get a bigger house and we have another plantation for. Come on, man. That's the problem with Jake. But that's why the Most High, he's gonna let a lot of our Jakes, a lot of our people, these Jakes get taken out because again, that's what they were made for, and that's the only way they're gonna get it. They're gonna have to die, come back as babies. All right. Job 5:13. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness. Yeah, Esau, and the counsel of the forward is carried headlong. So the Most High is gonna break up all of these bright ideals that they got, right? So they meet, here we go. They meet with darkness in the daytime. And that's why you got these so-called outbreaks and school shootings and things of that nature, right? These different wars, these, the theater of war, the whole Hollywood scene of this cartoon government. That's why you have these things, because they meet at what? They meet with darkness in the daytime and grope in a new noonday as in the night. So really, the elite Esau, right? I mean, Jake is talk about Jake that's catching hell, but really Esau meet to establish these wicked plans, and that's in Micah the second chapter as well. All right, I'll come right back there. Hold on. Yeah, Micah 2:1. Woe, look again, woe to the oppressors. All right. The scriptures speak about that's why this is why they didn't want Jake reading the Bible in slavery. Because all you had to do was read the scriptures about the oppressors, and you see that the Lord is going to bring judgment upon them. All right. And more Jake would have rebelled. See, a lot of Jake just gave, which it was prophesied, they just gave up because there was no more hope. They thought, hey, the white man is he's got, they fed into it. They didn't know that there's an other side to it, that we just had to suffer for our iniquity. The Lord was using his demon, and it's going to go into it in Psalm 17, using his demon to punish us. So it says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. Who is that speaking about? The so-called white man with all these different plans and agendas of death. All right, that's what it's all about. Death, control, putting out the see, right? See, and the thing is, one thing about GMS from the apostles on down, the whole body, we've always been just prophesying about the word of the Lord. The Lord had us, because the Most High is progressive, man. The Most High is not stagnant. You got a lot of Jakes out there, and that's why I don't know if it was Apostle Tahar, Apostle Gabor, or Apostle Rakah, but the three of them used to have a phrase back as we, in the late 90s going to 2000, I'll say the 200s. The 2000s, they said you got 1992 Israelites, meaning dudes that came in 1992. See, times, the Most High, again, I'm going to say it, the Lord is progressive. The Lord said, and I think in the book of John, that the Spirit cometh and goeth, and nobody know where it's going. You know what I'm saying? So meaning what? The Most High is not on no, he's not, what's the word? He's not complacent, for one, right? This truth is not complacent, and it's a word, but this truth is referred to as a river, not a lake, not a pond, all right? Because a river is constantly moving, all right? So things are increasing, just like a baby. A baby doesn't stay one forever. A baby grows, right? So this truth grows, all right? It grows like a tree, right? The tree grows, branches, leaves. So you got guys that don't grow, right? Because back in 1992, when we was coming out of that triple state of darkness, when we was coming out of that super duper, of being called Africans, niggas, and everything. So back then, and that was the juicy part, knowing that we're the Israelites, we're the kings, right? And then back then, it was a thing of, you see an Edomite, you read the scripture, have them lick the dust of your boots, look, all that, right? But really, that was hold on one second. Okay, that that's going back to like I got caught up, thrown off by that call. But back then, that was all right for back then, but that's not really what it's about. So you got guys that are stuck into those days, right? Cracker, ball down, crack. And, so how does that benefit you now? How you gonna have this devil bowing down to you or whatever the case? But they're in power. You still gotta, he could come and clear you off the block or whatever. So the spirit had us. We grew out of that, right? I mean, that was I don't know. I won't say a novelty. But that was good for its time, right? Look, you Spaniards, this and that. You got niggas that are still stuck. So that's why the apostles, used to say you got 1992 Israelites. You had a lot of them that was because everything, all the whole truth didn't come out. The truth came out, it grew, right? So a lot of these guys didn't grow. So the understanding of things like Cornelius, because back then there was, even though High Priest Ariah is one of the heavy prophets of the Most High, as well as, King Mashai, Priest Yahweh, Abba Bivens, and, all the ancient men. But the Most High didn't give them the every breakdown right then at that moment. And imagine, too, you see why, too, because the scriptures tell you riches is not comely for a nigga. A lot of niggas were around back then. All right? So the spirit of the Lord, it's like almost like a baton, I guess, when you, in a race, it gets passed on. What got passed on to Apostle Tahar and the rest of the apostles. All right. And then the other brothers in the great millstone, the Lord increased them. But you had other guys that are still in that 1992 mentality, thinking it's all about doing the marches, dress right, half dress right, about all that, sitting there doing these cadences. We're supposed to grow in the spirit, man. Become more spirit. This truth is like a river, man. All right. But anyway, I forgot where I was going with that, other than just to make that point, because a lot of guys did not grow. And that's why they don't understand the inner workings of Satan, of Esau. And a lot of Israelites basically went back in the world. Some of them trying to come back into it. A lot of them took their hand off the plow, whether they admit it or not, Some might have character to admit it. A lot of them won't. All right? We told you. And the proof is in the pudding, man. We never stopped. And it was maybe one period where we didn't have no camera for like maybe a few months. But for the most part, man, we could show you videos of us out there basically saying, we do. We upload them from time to time, right? So that's all, Ka Halal Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai for putting that spirit on us. All right? So now, let's see. Interest of time. All right, I'm going to just go back. Excuse me. All right. I might even have to come back to some of this, man. Hey, that's how this truth is, man. It's just riches, man. The depth of the riches of the Most High, because right now we definitely, it's always a time of prophecy, but we're at the end of the prophecies of the last days. You know what I mean? And then which is transitioning to what? The kingdom of heaven being established. So there's a lot of things that's happening. And it's beautiful, man. But back to 14, they meet with darkness in the daytime and grope in the noonday as in the night. But he saveth the poor from the sword. The sword is what? The death and destruction. All these different outbreaks and viruses that that's the sword. But the Lord saved us, man. Ain't no telling what type of diseases we came across or what brothers might have. That's no big thing. You might have a brother brother, I got, I don't know, HIV or I guess AIDS ain't, at one time AIDS was, which Esau never really told the full truth about that. And that was engineered, man. Okay? I remember the Bishop Ty's going into it too about that movie, but I never really watched it. And the band played on where they go into the origins of how they set it up, and they gave it to all the, the Mo-Mos, the ho-ho Mo-Mos up in San Francisco. And then they knew that it was spread, and then it spread all over, right? It became, I guess, an epidemic or whatever. And then you started having, making commercials. Well, look at how much money they make off of the medicine. That's all these. And so the whole thing at the end of the day, and I don't know if spoke on it earlier. If I mentioned it, I started to about Rockefeller and all. We been knew about that, man. When they set up the medical association, right, where they got rid of all of the naturopathic doctors and basically hid or banished the practice of it for years, man. To where now people are just getting back to it, and even a lot of people a lot of people got killed because why? You fucking with their money, all right. And at the end of the day, that's part of their plan is to keep people in a weakened, right, weakened beggarly state so they could rule over them or dispose of them at their will. And that's what's been happening. See, you got Jake that's still not waking up because again, watch how many. There's still gonna be people. You seen the watchdog or the pit bull of the white man, right? That black bitch. I don't even know what her name is. Oh, make sure this is prevented. And then talking shit, right? And really a woman ain't even supposed to be talking, man. Can't wait for the day that the Most High silence all these hoes, man. All right, and that day is coming. All right, because that's out of order. You women are out of order, and y'all don't actually. The scriptures tell you, man. Your wisdom is foolish, man. It's devilish. All right. See, a woman that's effeminate. The word woman means a female attendant, a female that attends to her husband. And these women don't know about that, man. And that's what it's gonna go back to, though. Little do they know. So, a lot of these women ain't gonna make it because they've been being demons all their life. A part of this system. And don't realize that their power. Look, we're your gods, okay? You supposed to, the way that y'all bow down to the white man, or the way that y'all, I love, I only listen. No, you're supposed to listen to your husband like that, man. See, that's the problem, man. But anyway, it said he taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the forward is carried headlong. They meet with darkness in the daytime and grope in the noonday as in the night. But he saveth the poor from the sword, from their mouth, and from the hand of the mighty. See? The hand, who's the mighty? The mighty is these devils that's ruling over us, man. Because why? They're plotting to destroy us. They're plotting to put all kind of diseases in us and everything. You see? But anyway, with that, I'm a Lord willing, I'm gonna try to come back to this. I am running a little late for the job, for this job. But Lord willing, the Spirit allow me to come back because there's some more things I wanted to go in as always. But you brothers already know what time it is, man. You see the rollout, you see what E is doing, So with that, say Kyle Halal, Yahweh Shai, Shalom to sincere Akim. Shalom.